All right, in this video, I just want to cover the A to Z SMMA 10 steps to success and how you can build your dreams and get the freedom you want. So let's just hop into it, right? There's just so much to talk about, but the first thing you need to do is you need to figure out what your objectives are. You need to define clear goals, right? So what exactly do you want out of your agency? Have you picked your niche? So the SMART objectives is just a good acronym to go by. So your your objectives should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So let's just look at each of these real quick, right? So just starting with specific, rather than growing your YouTube channel, figure out how many followers you want by the end of your first 30 days, even if it's just 50, right? Or 30. Just want one new subscriber per day. So it's a specific goal. Just start small. And your goals, your objectives have to be measurable too. So numbers play a big role. The data, following the data, and measuring the statistics, right? So what can we measure? We can measure a lot. You can measure how many pieces of content you create each day, whether it's short form, whether it's long form, how many people you call, whether it's a business owners that you're working with or coaches, other agencies. How many Instagram DMs are you sending out every day? Measure these statistics because it's very important to do so. The next one is achievable. What can you achieve? Right, just starting with the content that you're creating. I think something like one new piece of content a day. It's not difficult to do, right? So starting off with something short form, a reel, a story, anything, right? Just always creating, posting a tweet. These are all things that you can achieve every day. And then thinking about like your goals in terms of like money. How much do you want to make? Put a number on it. And then of course, like your goals have to be relevant to what you're doing in your niche, and you can define that with your own agency and figuring out what is relevant to you. Who are you working with? Are you working with construction companies, fitness coaches? Are you working with chiropractors? What kind of a business company are you, or coaches or agencies? Who are you working with exactly? So make sure that they're relevant to you. They have to be time bound as well. Create a calendar. Use Notion calendar. I like just putting things into Google and setting alarms. That's something that I do. I set 2 or 3 alarms a day just to wake me up and remind me, okay, hey, I've have I done what I needed to do? So making sure things are within appropriate time limits. So that's really the first thing, is just making sure that you set your goals. Next up, scroll down here if I can figure out how. There we go. Well, let's go right to the right. You're going to understand your audience. Who are you reaching out to? What are their struggles, their hopes, their desires? And really, whatever your offer is, you should base it around what people, where their pain points are, because that's what really sells, right? People don't want to take vitamins when they're hurting. They want to take Tylenol or, some kind of pain reliever. So that's where you step in with your offer. You're going to be able to relieve that pain for that person. So understanding your audience's struggles, their hopes, their desires, where they want to go. So talking about making more money, like most people want to make more money and they want to save time. Do they want to be with their family more? Do they want to vacation more? Do they want more freedom of time? All of these things. It's usually just time and money. And look, most of the time, that's what you can center on. And how can you do that? With my agency, I like to present the opportunity to, whether it's AI automations, appointment setting, finding new leads, follow-ups. Those are things that I know that people are struggling with. Getting more business, growing their businesses. So understanding your audience's behaviors, their demographics. Where do they hang out? Where can you find them on social media? Are there specific sites that they stick to or present themselves on? What are their preferences? And then, of course, yeah, their platforms. Where can you find them? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Discord? Are they on LinkedIn? Can you build a personal brand and attract them on YouTube, right? These are all really important things to consider. Is just understanding that audience. And we scroll down here. Of course, once you create objectives and goals and you understand your audience, now it's time to make a plan and figuring out exactly what you want to do. So, for example, inbound versus outbound reach, right? Inbound is when people know who you are. And for most people starting out with an agency or with any other kind of company, for the first time, people don't know who you are. So a lot of the times you've got to be going out there and creating reach outbound, right? So cold calling, emailing, SMS, all of these things are important. Um, Reaching out on LinkedIn, reaching out on Facebook, on Instagram, and then creating communities. Can you create a community on Facebook, that a free community that people can join to discuss, network, all of those things. Next is content planning. You've got to create content. Nowadays, a personal brand is everything. Making sure that people know who you are, they know, like, and trust you. So you've got to be presenting value. So coming up with a plan to present people value is paramount. You're going to be posting as well, whether it's, if you don't like to get into in front of the camera, that's understandable, but it's something to consider. So, but if you've got to be posting somehow. So whether it's 3 tips to set more appointments with roofers or with people who need a roof, or something along those lines, or the top 10 ways that people can lose weight in 2024, something, right? Something that's going to attract other people to your brand. And then, of course, just engagement tactics. Like, how are you engaging people? How are you starting conversations, right? It's all about getting in front of others and being able to speak to them. Again, going back to those pain points. So definitely create a plan, figure out, where you want to take it. Next up, produce high quality content. So again, this goes back to just providing value. You want to give everything you have away. You don't want to hold back. So there's this idea that, if you just give things away, right? Like a great example I like to think about sometimes is a at Costco, right? When you give things away, when people walk, it's a food, a place where you buy food. Of course, if you're not familiar with Costco, you should be if you're in the U.S. And it's a huge warehouse full of stuff. But if you are making the rounds, sometimes you see these little stands that are handing out free free samples. Anybody who's receiving a free sample is, number one, going to be like, "Ooh, what is that? Let me try that." And the same thing goes for you, right? If you are able to provide something of value for free, it's just this idea of reciprocity where people want to give back to you if you're giving to them. So it's, again, a way to present yourself in the best light, and also people will know, like, and trust you once you're giving them something that they understand is of value and free, and they're going to want to get back to you and learn more about you. So it's natural, right? Um, Once you're able to give all this information away, most of the time people are going to say, "Hey, can you help me set this up with my company or with my business?" So now they're actually going to pay you to implement everything. And that, of course, goes with ads, with copywriting, with appointment setting, with AI, chatbots. The sky's the limit, right? And of course, like, if you are somebody who is into AI automation, as I am currently, you want to provide people value by showing them, "Hey, look, I'm going to do this for you, and I can even start for free, no risk to you. When you start signing clients, that's when I get paid." And you can even present these GHL snapshots to them so that they understand, like, "Oh, wow, this person really is standing by their word and giving me something for free." And again, that just builds trust. Free lead magnets, anything that you can give away, just create something on a Google Doc, right? Or if you can create a small 30-minute course or something like that I have here, where it's like very visual, like some kind of diagram that people will look to and say, oh, okay, this person, took some time and understands where what they're talking about and where they're going. Next up is engage consistently. You have to be having conversations with others. You want to reach out as often as possible and just find out, who who somebody is and where they are in their business and their life. You want to interact with your followers and you want to respond to comments. So if you create a piece of content on Instagram, Facebook, or whatever social media, YouTube, right? You want to, and somebody comments, gives you a positive comment. If you have a negative comment, oh well, just let it go. But if somebody gives you a positive comment back, like that comment. Find out what it is that they do, right? So build a community, network, figure out what others are doing. Next is tracking your analytics. So this is so important to know how much outreach are you doing per day. Do you have a calendar, a plan? Do you have numbers? Are you tracking your engagement, your reach, your conversions? How many sales are you making? You have to track your KPIs, right? So you've got to figure out how much of your outreach is actually working. How much money are you making? Are you making any? And if you aren't, then okay, we'll start from the very beginning and figure out how many conversations are you having? Are you engaging? Do you have a community? Are you posting content? These are the things, the building blocks that you need to create in order to find and see more success. And then, of course, track your analytics. Let's go down here. Next up, stay updated. So what's trending, right? Especially in your niche. If you are working with this, and I strongly recommend you just pick one niche, right? Just pick one niche, stick to that niche. If you do something for 1,000 hours, right, it's bound to succeed. If you just keep going, if it doesn't succeed, okay, then move on. But most of the time, most people they don't try long enough, right? They don't give it enough chance. So the best thing to do though is when you are trying and you are providing value and you are creating a community, and is to stay up to date, figure out what's trending in your niche. You just find whatever new apps are out there, platform updates, and your evolved sales approaches, right? And just latch on to whatever is trending in your niche and talk about that, right? Just create content around it. And if it's trending, you're going to get eyeballs in front of your content, and people are going to see you and understand, like, okay, this person understands what is the latest, the hottest thing to talk about, right? So definitely stay updated. What you can also do is look. Not most people, have thousands of dollars just lying around to throw at ads, but yeah, of course, if you know who you're trying to target, you have some money to reach out. You want to create targeted ads eventually, right? Once you grow your business organically, of course, you want to scale it up. You're going to be targeting your audience, so it's going to be a part of your offer. And you want to boost visibility, and then of course you have your specific audience. That nowadays it's just amazing how you can basically look at your targeted audience on YouTube or Facebook and just send them the message that you want to send with your offer, with your free value, and just again grow quickly. So target your ads. And then the last two here is collaboration. It's all about working with others who are like-minded with you. Not only does it give you more motivation or momentum, but you may learn from others as well. And not only when you collaborate, you could go on somebody else's podcast or invite somebody to do an interview with you and post it on YouTube. So, yeah, there's a pretty cool story about a father, and he's got sons and sticks. And, these sons, father asked them to break the bundle of sticks. And, each one goes around and they try to, with all their might, try to break it one by one. And then the father says, no, you're going about this the wrong way, and gives each of the son a stick, and they all together snap the sticks at the same time. So again, that's just working together collaboratively and with community. Of course, you're going to increase your brand credibility. Other people, if you go on an interview on somebody else's show or whatever, starting out, you may not have these opportunities, but again, you can look to others to collaborate and amplify your message. So this is also very important. And then finally, hey, just continually optimize. Just get 1% better every single day, and you will see the results, right? Figure out what you're doing correctly and build on your strengths, but then also improve on your weaknesses, right? So review your goals every day, write down goals, and, from the very first, right? Um, Adjust your strategies. And then the best thing to do is figure out, again, like if you're looking for more direction, ask your niche, ask your audience, again, what they would like more of. Hey, I'm thinking about doing a new a new post on something in your niche, and just ask the people in your community what they would like to see or what they're struggling with. And trust me, you're going to get great feedback, and then from that feedback you can again just continue to provide value and help others. So this is the straight up A to Z social media marketing agency's 10 steps to succeed. And I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope, please like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll produce more awesome content like this. Thanks, guys.